Hey everyone, this is Jordan from Sleeklens.com, and in this video I'm going to show you the brand new Visual Noir collection all about cinematic and film Lightroom presets. Now this new Lightroom workflow has tons of presets and tons of brushes, over 140 presets and 19 brushes to go along with this one, making this one of our largest collections to date, and it can have a lot of impact on how you have your photos edited. And what I mean by that is it concentrates on a lot of tonal colors and a lot of general black and white tones, which gives you that really great cinematic effect. So in this particular photo, I have this photo right here, and you can see it's actually a little dark. Most likely the photograph was exposed for the sky in the background, so this whole area right here is kind of dark. And in this one particular photo, I'm going to get 3 different looking edits in this one photo. And I'm going to do that all with this Visual Noir collection. So let's go ahead and check out the first edit. So here's my Visual Noir collection. You can see all of the presets that I have to choose from here, all of these stackable presets, which allow me to put edit on top of an edit on top of an edit, making all of these endless possibilities for what you can choose with this new collection. So the first one I'm going to choose is actually a all-in-one preset. The all-in-one presets are kind of meant to be a one-click fix, which applies a bunch of adjustments all at once. So let's just look at one right here. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to choose all-in-one drama. And you can see just with that one click, we got really nice change of colors here. Everything looks really nice. But one thing we can still take care of is the darkness in the photo. And there's a section in here called the base section, which allows you to do a couple different corrections to your photos. So I'm going to go down here to the Open Shadows Max. So I'm going to click right here. And as you can see, it opens up the shadows, it brightens up the image a lot, and it looks really, really great. So that is actually one edit. I actually like how that looks. So I'm going to just see the before and after here, and you can see just with those 2 clicks, we have this really nice colored image here, and it looks really awesome. So I'm going to save this one as a snapshot here. I'm going to go down here and save this one, so I'm going to say 1. So now we're going to look at the next edit I'm going to do here, and this one's going to take a little bit more of the presets, but you can still see we get a great photo in just a matter of seconds. So I'm going to go reset my photo again. I'm going to choose the #1 base auto tone. That's just going to do a little bit of auto correction to the image, and you can see it brightens up the shadows a little bit and looks really good already. But now I'm going to apply a tone curve highest in the #1 base section. I'm going to apply a tone curve right here, tone curve highest contrast. And that's just going to give a little bit of contrast to the image. It was a little bit flat, but I'm just going to apply a little bit of contrast there. And now I'm going to go to the color correction section, which is actually the #2 section here. And I'm going to choose Saturate More. So I'm going to go down here to Saturate More, click that one, and you can see it brightens up the yellows a little bit, brightens up the flowers just a touch, and really makes it stand out really nicely. It's not over-processing your image, which is actually something that a lot of people tend to do to their images, over-process them. And this is just doing a lot of subtle enhancements so you can see the type of effects that you can get. Now let's go to the #3 section. This is where the effects are to your image. I'm going to go to Effects, and I'm going to go to Spotlight. So I'm going to click there, and all it's going to do is kind of brighten up the subject in the middle of the photo, so you can see now she's a little bit brighter than she was, which makes her stand out a little bit more from the photo. And now I mentioned this collection comes with brushes. So I'm going to go over here to the brush panel, and I'm going to choose one of the Visual Noir brushes, and I'm going to choose the Touch of Clarity. So I'm going to go down here to Touch of Clarity, and all I'm going to do is actually lower the size of my brush here, and all I'm going to do is just paint over the flowers. And what that's going to do is add a little bit of brightness to them, but also kind of sharpen up the midtones of those flowers a little bit to kind of blend in with the model there. So there we go. So there is another edit. You can see we have a lot of cool edits that we can do to this image, but that is one particular edit. So that is #2. So I'm going to save this one as a snapshot as well. #2. And I'm going to reset my photo here once more, and now I'm going to do a black and white image. So I'm going to go all the way down to #4 to the black and white, and I'm going to click black and white rerun right here. And that's going to apply a really kind of a flat looking photo, kind of a faded effect. You can see a lot of the flowers are kind of not really seen more, but we're going to take care of that. And now you can choose, if I zoom into this image, we apply a little bit of digital noise, a little bit of grain to the image. So we can choose to keep that, or we can go up to the #1 base section here, and I can say no grain, and I can just remove all that grain, and now we have a perfectly clear flat image. So you can actually choose if you want the grain in your photo or if you don't want the grain. But let's go back to the #1 base section, and let's say Open Shadows High. And what that's going to do is open up the shadows a little bit so you get a little bit more detail in the shadow area, and it still keeps that faded effect, which is kind of what we're going for. And now I'm going to go back to the brush I actually used before, which is the Touch of Clarity, and I'm going to paint over these flowers, and that's just going to bring out them a little bit more. So we're kind of doing the same effect as we did to the other photo, but we're doing it in a black and white fashion here. So there we go. We can actually brighten her up too if we wanted to, just like that. And there we go. So those are 3 different edits. You can see here we have the first edit, looks really nice, has a really cool kind of vintage look to it. Second edit is kind of like a basic edit, has really nice effects to it as well. And then we have this black and white image. It looks really great as well. So you can see just using that one collection, I did not hardly even touch the sliders over here except for in the brush panel. I was able to get 3 different edits using one collection here, and it looks really, really great. So if you guys want to learn more information about the Visual Noir collection, head on over to Sleeklens.com, link in the description down below, and you can see everything you need to know about this collection and see the types of effects that it can do to your photos. Thank you for joining me in this video. This is Jordan from Sleeklens, and I'll see you in the next one.